Alright, we're going to get started. So, we're going to find, for your warm-up, you're finding the values of A, B, and C. So you guys are going to help me out. Hey, Kwana, headphones out.
Thank you.
Alright, and then to help me out,
Tyler.
for the first
No,
one,
it's gonna be Nick.
Kylie, give me one of these variables up here, A, B, or C.
A is 120
How do you know?
because 180 minus 60 is 120.
Yep. Because this 60 and angle A make a straight line, which is 180. You just subtract them to get your 120. Alright, let's keep going on this next one. Tyler, give me B or C.
Oh! Wait, okay, sorry. That was wrong. 60 for B and 120 for C.
Oh,
You
okay.
said either
Alright.
or.
Do
Oh,
them both.
Both.
how?
Alright, how do you know B is 60?
Because if
He's got
Wait,
it.
are those equal?
you
Doesn't look, they
put it
look
on, if you
different.
put a line, if you put the line of A and B into a line, then it should equal 120, and just A is already found because it's 120.
Okay, yeah, you did the same thing you did before. Or you could make it easy. What'd you say these were, Caleb? They're vertical angles, which means they equal each other. You did it the hard way, Tyler. That's fine. And then C is 120. And we can say the same thing. The A and C are vertical, so they equal each other.
How do you know they're vertical?
Because they are like mirror images, they're opposite sides of like an X. Opposites, so they're vertical. Opposites, the vertical. Whenever you have two lines that cross, the opposite angles are equal to each other. They're called vertical angles. You heard this. Alright, so what we're going to be looking at are different kinds of angles.
I was looking at time.
Okay, so we're going to start by, well, most of today's lesson is vocab. So it's kind of annoying, I know, but it's still good. So we're going to look at a couple things. We're going to start with parallel lines, which we've talked about before. Parallel lines are on the same plane, but they never intersect. If we're going to help you guys out a little bit, the big thing with parallel lines is they never intersect, or they never cross. I think an easier way to say that. Parallel lines never cross
Cross what?
each other. They never cross up. Parallel lines never cross. So if I'm going to look at this picture up here, what are some lines that are parallel? Okay, DA and what? And CB. DA and CB are parallel. When we talk about parallel lines, we write them like this. I'm going to go DA, and DA is a line, right? So I got to do line DA like this. And then I have to say parallel, and I do that by drawing just two parallel lines like that. That means parallel.
That doesn't mean
That means parallel.
Parallelogram.
So DA is parallel to CB.
Parallelogram.
Line DA is parallel to line CB.
Rabbit on
That little thing right there means parallel. And I always think of that because it looks like the two L's in parallel. Two L's in parallel are parallel to each other. It's kind of ironic, I guess. I thought so. Alright, we're also going to look at parallel planes, which are basically the same thing, but they are planes that never intersect. Remember, a plane is just like a kind of a flat shape. So I could have a couple planes, like DAB, plane DAB on the top here, is parallel to plane HEF on the bottom. Those never cross. And I can write that basically like before. I'm going to go plane DAB. Remember, for planes, you just list three letters.
Dab.
DAB is parallel to this bottom one right here. And you go HEF.
Well, you have to be mad.
So those are parallel planes. And then skew lines we almost never use, but it's good to know. I don't really do anything with these. Skew lines are lines on different planes that never touch each other. So they're different from parallel. We don't usually talk about skew lines, but I'll give you an example. So if I have line DA right here, I've got line DA right here. Will line DA ever touch line BF? I have DA here and BF here. Will they ever touch each other?
No.
No, they never cross, they never touch. But they're not parallel. Parallel means they're in the same direction. Are DA and BF going the same direction? No. One's going kind of up and right, the other one's like straight up and down. These are skew lines. So like DA, line DA, and line BF are skewed. We don't do much with skew lines, but they're a good one. They're not as interesting as other lines. So DA and BF are skew lines. Alright. Well, the majority of our lesson is going to be the next few slides, where we just talk about the different kinds of angles. That's what most of today is about, different kinds of angles. So if I go too fast, or if you need extra time to write this, let me know, because there's a lot of writing today. So is there anybody still working on this?
I am.
You decide.
Look at me. Is that an F or a T?
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to be looking at, oh that's right, we're going to look at this before we look at our types of angles. So, there's some more vocab. A transversal is a line that intersects two other lines. Or a line that crosses two other lines. So if it crosses two lines, it's a transversal. We'll use those a little bit. And in this picture right here, which line crosses two other lines?
T.
T. So you see this little, it's kind of hard to tell, but that's kind of a fancy T right there. That fancy T is for this line right here. We don't have any points on the line, so we have to use our fancy T. So my fancy T is my transversal. And then we have a couple different kinds of angles that we're going to work with. Interior angles are angles between lines. They're between two lines. So for example, interior angles are between line L and M. 4 is interior because it's in between these two lines. 3 is interior. 5 and 6 are interior. So 4, 3, 5, and 6 are interior angles because they are on the inside. And then exterior are the opposite of those. They are angles not between lines, basically. So angle 1 up here, is angle 1 between two lines? 1 and 2? No.
No.
They're just up at the very top. Angle 1 and 2 are exterior. Same thing with 7 and 8. 7 and 8 are exterior also. So 1 and 2, 7 and 8. And we're going to work with these a little bit more here soon. Make sure everybody's got it down below, water writing. I don't want to go too fast, so if I'm going too fast, just let me know. I try to make these definitions as easy to write as possible, but sometimes there's no way around it.
What was 4, 3, 5, 6?
Yep.
What was the other one?
Connect the dots.
1, 2, 7, 8.
I'm not gonna lie.
Interior.
You say so.
I don't know if I'll go past it.
You got these down, Tyler?
Not yet, not yet.
Yeah. I didn't know you knew Tyler.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's muted. It's muted. Here. Shut it out. I'm here. I'm here. Nerd.
Interior crocodile.
You got it, Claude?
I drive.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Alright, so this is the majority of our lesson, or kind of the main parts. We're going to look at these different kinds of angles.
Oh. Go ahead.
Interior
You had one letter?
crocodile alligator.
Huh?
I thought you had like one thing to write down.
Oh.
Oh my god, we're done. There's one letter left. Sorry, Mark. Thought you were messing with me.
Sorry.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna look at these next few slides are the main part of our lesson. We're gonna start by looking at alternate interior angles.
Alternate.
These are angles that are interior, which means they're on the inside, and they're diagonal across the transversal. So there's a few things going on in here. Our transversal is T, right? It goes across two lines. And interior means they're going to be on the inside. So my only possible alternate interior angles are these four right here. But when it talks about alternate interior, they come in pairs. These angles come in pairs. Hey,
Oh, my bad. It just
put them on
jumped
again.
up.
I'm taking your headphones.
It just jumped up.
Uh-huh.
Like my
Alright.
ear.
Attack your ear, huh? Okay.
That's what I said.
So, alternate interior, they're on the inside and they're diagonal across the transversal. So, alternate interior angles are 5 and 3. 5 and 3 are alternate interior. So, 5 and 3 are alternate interior angles. And then I have a second pair. 4 and 6 are alternate interior because they are diagonal on the inside. 4 and 6 are alternate interior.
Who are you playing against?
I'm playing Impossible.
Hey, Chloe.
Didn't
Why-
work.
why
You
wait?
did.
That's why we had to wait for you on the last slide.
On the last what?
On the last slide.
In like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You had to go back to the alarm.
She was working hard though.
I'm working hard. What are you talking about?
Alright.
Well, it hardly worked.
So we looked at alternate interior angles. We're also going to look at alternate exterior, which are basically the same thing, except these are exterior angles, just kind of like you see in the name. They're exterior, and they're diagonal across the transversal. So for my alternate exterior, they are these outside ones.
1 and 7 and 2 and 8.
Yep. 1 and 7. 1 and 7 and 2 and 8 are my alternate exterior.
I never won against Impossible.
What the frick?
Impossible's pretty hard.
Oh, excuse me.
So I'll give you a minute to catch up, get these down.
So I think
Dude. Dude.
what was the definition on the
Oh.
The yellows? 5 and 3, 4 and 6.
Alright, go back. Oh.
Here.
No, no, I
That's
mean,
what we're on.
never mind. Go back to the other one.
You already did that one.
I know, I'm doing this one now.
Yeah, this is the one we're on.
Oh. I'm like kind of blind, so just
Just get your
don't.
glasses back, man.
I'm getting them this week, alright?
Don't lose it this time.
Are you really getting them this week?
Yes.
What are we getting
Why?
this week?
My glasses.
Don't break them again. I won't lose them.
I did because
Bro, Mandra's gone through it 'cause I did grades.
What?
yeah.
Alright.
20.
So we did alternate interior, we did alternate exterior. Next kind is going to be same side interior. So same side interior, same side of transversal, and between lines. So my alternate interior were diagonal for same side, just like it says it's on the same side. So 3 and 6 are same side interior. 3 and 6 are same side interior. And then 4 and 5 are same side interior. Those are my same side interior angles. There are also same side exterior angles, but we don't really do much with those. We do a little bit, but I didn't put them on here, I don't think.
What is it? 2 and 7 and 1 and 8?
Yeah, those would be your same side exterior, but we don't, like I said, we don't do much with them, so I didn't put them on. And then we have one more kind before we're just going to practice finding these different kinds of angles.
Wait.
Wait a minute.
3, 6, and 4, and 5?
What's the fan at the bottom of the thing mean? The fan by the mail.
What?
Not a fan.
What is it?
That's my screen recording software.
You should
What's the
use.
microphone for?
That's the mic.
Oh.
That's the microphone software. I'm using my phone as a microphone, so it's got its own specific
Oh,
software.
Hey, Goki, you should follow me on my stream.
Oh yeah.
Please. I need
What?
followers.
No.
I
Follow
stream.
yourself right now.
Oh,
Whoever's
yeah.
gonna watch this is gonna hear your promo.
Who's gonna watch this other than us right now?
Oh, yeah.
Follow me on my stream.
Alright,
Follow me on my
and then
stream.
this last one is a little different.
It's
Alright.
Can I take this off?
Spartak BGS.
For our last one, we're gonna look at corresponding angles. So, corresponding angles are on the same side of transversal and in the same position. And I have a hard time explaining this one because really the only way I can think about it is by visualizing it.
So,
If I look at
3, 7, 6,
angle 1, I know you can look at you can just see them on here because they're color coded. If I look at angle 1, right here, and if I look at all the other angles around it, angle 1 is in the top left, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's in the top left. What about down here? Which angle is in the top left on this bottom set?
4.
5.
5.
What's the top left?
So it's like they're separated right here.
Oh, I get it. And in the same what position?
They're in the same position.
So I was gonna
Angle
say
1
four's
is
in the
top left, right? And so is angle 5. Angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding. 1 and 5 are corresponding. If I look at angle 2 is in the top right on this top set of 4 angles. What about on the bottom set of 4 angles? What's in the top right? 6. So 2 and 6 are corresponding. And then if I look at angle 4 is in the bottom left, angle 8 is in the bottom left. So 4 and 8. And then the last one, I have angle 3 and angle 7. 3 and 7 are corresponding. Corresponding is kind of the weird ones. Because there are a lot of corresponding angles. Alright, so the majority of our lesson today is just listing these kinds of angles. So I'm going to make sure everybody has it down, and then we're going to practice listing. We'll have one in-class problem, and that's it. Like I said, it's basically all vocab today.
Oh. Oh.
Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a I drive a Chevrolet Ruby Fuji.
Okay, so.
Alright.
Trying to win.
Alright, so we're going to look at this shape, or this figure here on the left, and we're just going to start naming some of these things. So let's name some alternate interior angles.
8 and 6.
8 and 6 work
Alternate.
for alternate interior angles. 8 and 6. Nick, what's my other pair of alternate interior?
3 and 2.
3 and 2 are alternate interior.
I didn't.
Alright, let's look at alternate exterior angles.
What was the first one?
8 and 6 for alternate interior. And 3 and 2. So let's look at alternate exterior. Lark, help me out. What's a pair of alternate exterior angles?
Alternate.
Exterior.
1 and 4.
1 and 4. Kwana, what's my other set?
Huh?
What's my other pair of alternate exterior angles?
7 and 5.
7 and 5.
Huh?
Alright, my next one, corresponding angles. Caleb, give me a pair of corresponding angles. Got the top one.
Ah. Oh, wrong.
Correspondent. 8 and 5.
8 and 5 work. They're both bottom left. 8 and 5. There's a bunch of these ones. Carissa, give me another one. Another pair of corresponding.
7, 6.
Seven and 6.
Can 3 and 1 be 1?
3 and 1 would be 1. 2 and 4. 7 and 6. Terrible and. 3 and 1. And then Chloe, what's our last pair of corresponding?
What do you mean?
There's one more we're missing.
2 and 6. 3 and 6? Oh, wait, hold on.
2 and 6.
2 and 6.
2 and 4.
Two
Yeah,
and four.
2 and 4.
2 and 4 is the one we're using.
You guys are cool.
2 and 4 is
2 and 4.
okay.
Because we got 7, 6, 2, 4, 8, 5, 1, 3. And then we have same side interior. Tiana, give me a pair of same side interior angles. What? 8 and 3. So quiet. 8 and 3 are same side interior. Kylie, give me the last pair of same side interior. 2 and 6. Yep. Angle 2 and 6. That's it. Alright, for your in-class problems, I want you to look at this shape on the right, and you're going to name, give me a pair of each one of these things. So give me 2 alternate interior angles, 2 alternate exterior, 2 corresponding, 2 same side interior, 2 transversals, and I'm going to have to actually label this a little bit, and then 2 interior angles. So you're going to fill out this whole thing right here. There's a lot of different answers, so you got a lot to choose from. Then to help me out. So it's your first set of in-class problems.
No. No.
Yeah, what?
Alright. It's your only set of in-class problems today. I want you to name a pair of each one of these on the shape on the right. So for this shape on the right here, give me alternate interior angles. Give me 2 of them. Give me 2 alternate exteriors, and so on. So you should be working on your own right now, and then somebody's going to do it on the board for us.
Dude, this is like a box.
Yeah.
It's like RS.
Hey, you guys should be doing your first in-class problem.
What?
Box.
What?
One of the box.
What?
I'm driving.
Not only- This is your first in class?
First and only.
Name 2.
I made that again.
I'm pushing. Corresponding. So,
Transversal.
the
Say that again. Oh my gosh.
Use the ones I put on the board.
Oh.
For a transversal, use the letters I put on the board because I forgot to print them on there. So use the ones I put on the board for transversal. Uh-huh. A, B, Q, and S.
AB
Fancy.
No, you said you were gonna do it.
Your A's not cursive, your A's just an
No,
A.
you said go. No, you said something different.
That's what a cursive A looks like.
It has a little tail like this.
You
That's a little tail.
reference.
It's got a look at the little tail
No,
right
I
there.
didn't.
You made a comment.
Tail.
Okay, comment. Sentence.
What did I say?
Little tail.
I don't care.
No.
That's a tiny tail.
It doesn't have to be a big tail. Give me a
It's
tiny
not
tail.
at the bottom, it has to
It's good enough.
It's like, you see. Are we gonna do it on spread?
Not this part. Your exit ticket, you will. Hey.
Why would you do in class on it? Just the,
Yeah, keep them out.
what the heck? What's
Infection, you keep doing that. Your ear infection from some weird headphones. And a few minutes after lesson.
Can you really do that?
Can I go to the bathroom?
Ear infection?
Same side interior.
So I'll give you another minute, just because there's a lot to answer on here.
Got it.
I go back.
Got it.
After Mick, after the lesson.
Okay. I'm very complicit right now.
Why? Which one?
Thinking about it, I'll get it.
I'll just get some extra room out of here so we can write some of these down. I'll give you about another 30 seconds, and we're going over it.
Which one? Oh,
And for transversal, use the letters I wrote.
yeah.
Please.
Jeez, I was doing my work. I'm done. Okay.
Why do those put your headphones out?
Huh?
A-L.
I'm done.
Good. Sit tight. We're almost done. All right, let's get started. So you guys are gonna help me out. There are a lot of answers in here, but we're gonna say about probably 2 of each. So Caleb, start us off. Give me a pair of alternate interior angles. What?
11, 9.
Is 11 on the inside? Between?
Oh,
It kind of is, but they're on different angles.
9, 3.
9 and 3 are alternate interior. And 9 and 3.
No, no.
Chloe, give me another pair of alternate interior. 6 and 16. All right. Carissa, give me a pair of alternate exterior. 5 and 15 are alternate exterior. Tyler, give me another pair of alternate exterior.
Extra.
Yep.
10 and 4.
10 and 4.
10-4.
10 4, good buddy.
All right, 10 and 4. Let's go corresponding. Tiana, give me a pair of corresponding angles. 1 and 9 are corresponding. All right. Kylie, give me another pair of corresponding.
10
What?
and 2.
10 and, yep, 10 and 2. 10 and 2 are also corresponding. All right, let's keep going. Give me a pair of same side interior angles, Mick. 3 and 6.
Oh,
Yep.
I didn't do the same side interior.
Trista, give me another pair.
What?
Another pair of same side interior.
16 and 7.
16 and 7. Yep. Alright. And let's go for transversals. Quana, give me a transversal.
Huh?
Give me a transversal
Did you put what?
in this picture.
Tyler?
What?
What did you put?
I can't see it.
And what is a transversal? What's your notes say about transversal?
No, actually maybe.
3 and 12.
Oh no.
No, wait.
Wrong. I
Hey.
thought we were still in the one early on.
No. Transversal, not same side.
There's nothing.
Hold on.
This one's a little weird. You gotta use the letters I wrote up here for this one.
What do you mean?
Because I forgot to print them on there.
A?
Yeah, because transversal crosses 2 other lines, right? So
Yeah.
a transversal is A, and what's another transversal?
L.
Q.
Q. That's a B, not an L.
Looks like now the name is your
Mother truck.
Gulky.
L's look like this. B, it's got
That
that
looks
little
like
extra
an
thing.
L.
It's got this thing right there that makes it a B.
That's just a regular
I
A
thought
though.
it was a L.
No, it's a cursive.
There you go. There you go.
I'm sure that's
Totally not me. Alright. And then Lark, give me 2 interior angles.
Oh, that's the one I didn't do.
What does it mean to be interior?
In.
On the between lines, right?
Yeah.
Give me an angle between a line. Between 2 lines, I mean.
3, 5, 6, 8, 3. I don't know.
3, okay, 3 is between 2 lines. Alright, what else?
13.
13 is between 2 lines. Give me 2 more.
Wait, why do you got. It says.
And 6.
I know, you only have to do 2, I'm just writing more.
12.
12, yep. What else?
6.
Yep. What else?
8.
What?
What one? What did you say?
8.
It's 8. Close. 8 is in between.
2 lines though.
2, yeah, good guess. But
Yeah,
that's an
it's
angle.
between
8 is
two
this angle right here.
lines. It's
It has to be
about
between
that.
2
Ah.
separate lines, I guess I should say. 2 like almost parallel lines. So,
Say that.
the only ones that aren't interior on this picture, because there's 4 lines, are actually these 4 right here. They are not interior because they're not between 2 sets of lines.
I said, how do you spell Chevrolet?
Google it. Alright, that is it. That's it for us. So, for your exit ticket, it will be on Socrative. It's not on your paper because we were out of room. So your exit ticket is on the board. Answer your exit ticket in Socrative, and then start on your homework, which will be on
Like
Google
this.
Classroom. And then if you need to watch this again, the video will be on Google Classroom also.